in.
All right. Welcome to Race Baiters, the white power, white nationalist podcast live from the Comedy Store. This podcast is not intended for the faint of heart. The opinions expressed on this podcast are those of We Three Trolls only and are not endorsed or shared by the world famous Comedy Store. Except for the stuff we say about Jews. Comedy Store hates the fucking Jews. They call them Hebes. Don't shoot the messenger. Oh, wait, I wrote an alternate version, too, with less anti-Jew stuff. Mm-hmm. This episode of We Three Trolls is not intended for the fragile, faint of heart, the weak of spirit, religious types. The world-famous Comedy Store does not share the opinions expressed on this podcast, except those about those dirty Jews. Like I said, Pauly Shore in particular just cannot stand the dirty, filthy Jews. We Three Trolls. We Three Trolls.
You should liberally put bleeps in there so no one knows what the fuck exactly.
Oh, I'll put the fuck out of it. Yeah. We Three Trolls is shot live on location in the Brat Cave, A.K.A. the basement of the world famous Comedy Store, deep in the heart of the Sunset Strip. This episode of We Three Trolls is written and produced by the Big Q himself, Quincy Jones. I am referring, of course, to the world-renowned record producer and not the open micer of the same name. That's the little Q. I'm alcoholic. Who's with me today?
I am Wub Savell.
I am also alcoholic, Rose Lleshi.
I am she-male, hear me roar. Well, I wanted to pick up a thread from last time. Mm-hmm. We were talking about these darn Tinder pranksters who put together these fake profiles. Mm-hmm. I neglected to mention the one we profiled last week. I just cut and pasted his bio and put it on my Bumble bio and got banned in 2 days. So that's how salty that guy was. Mm-hmm. But anyway, this other guy, this is another hero of the Tinder realm. This is another guy who posted a really super hot picture of himself. Calls himself Ray. He lives in the United Kingdom. He's 23. This is his bio, okay? Aspiring model. Watch out for me in GQ in a couple years. Winking smiley face. You should know I've had trouble with the law my whole life. Convicted 3 times for rape of a child. And he puts in parentheses ROAC. I don't know why. Is that a common term?
What is
ROAC?
ROAC in the USA.
I don't know what that means.
What does that stand for?
Rape of a child. ROAC.
Yeah.
All right. And once for sexual activity with a child. But to be fair, she turned 16 like a week later. So it was like super unfair. But whatever. I think in the UK, the age is 16. Is different. Which is why I'm moving to the UK. Also, they're going to have Sharia law. So I'll just fuck anyone I want and then stone them to death and say they were whores. It's going to be awesome. Oi, mate. I can see it now. Anyway, I'm on Tinder because maybe if I fuck some of you sluts, I'll stop wanting to be with kids. Unlikely laughing my ass off. They're way tighter than your beef curtain cunts. I hope you can therefore forgive me for my past crimes. Mm-hmm. Now, do you want to hear some of the responses he got to this?
What, he used his own picture? Or
Fuck no, there's some super hot looking guy.
Some super hot dude.
Okay.
Very symmetrical face, very
Let's
white.
hear what these dogs wrote him.
No, I looked at the pictures of some of the chicks that wrote back, and they're not dogs. They're hotties, dude. Hotties for sure. The first girl is named Amber. She wrote, I can absolve you of your sins tonight. Winking smiley face. Maria says, hey, are you living in London? Agnes says, hey there, gorgeous. How are you? Rochelle says, this is great. Hey, every criminal has the chance to be forgiven. He fucked children, he said. But then again, there's something...
Not only fuck children, rape of a minor.
He raped children, correct. ROAC.
All right.
I want to be on Law and Order ROAC. That's where they go in there to help you find some crime, and then they just rape your child.
You and then Ice-T?
Yeah, Ice-T is like, word. That's all he ever adds to the conversation.
Word.
He just fuck the police.
What a sellout.
Every criminal has the chance to be forgiven, but then again, there's something very attractive about a bad boy.
Oh, my goodness.
I like this. He wrote
attractive.
back, he says, I think I'd rather be bad than forgiven. Winking smiley face. The question is, how bad does this bad boy get? And does this bad boy need a naughty girl to keep him bad? Yeah, if you're underage. If you're a hot dude, you can really just get it. I'm sure it's even better for if you're a hot girl, but if you're a hot dude, you can get away with murder.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just jaded, but I feel like the girls are playing along with him. Like, they might know. Maybe some of them don't know that he's joking.
Maybe they think it's a joke, but they still want to fuck him because he looks so good in his pictures.
Yeah. Do you guys remember Joe Millionaire?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that. I'm obsessed with anything like this because it changes everything. The looks change everything. Mm-hmm. And it's so important.
Joe Millionaire. He was really Joe Thousandaire.
Not even. He was like a plumber or something.
Yeah.
He was super hot.
This fucking president looks like a Cheeto, guys. You seen this? You seen this in the news?
Did you guys see that article I sent you about the guy that was separated from his wife had set up a profile for her for people to come over to her house and rape her?
Oh, man.
It was a rape fantasy thing. And she had called in because there was obviously dudes by the dozens showing up trying to rape this woman. Mm-hmm. And the guy, her ex, he said that's how I wanted to get her back, so I would come save the day. Wow. Blah, blah, blah. Isn't that fucking crazy?
That's heroic. I wouldn't go in there if there's a bunch of rapists.
But before, I guess.
Yeah, but because of him, right? He set it up. She wasn't in on it.
She was not in on it. I guess he had taken pictures of her, like sexy pictures and stuff in the past. And this is what happened in 2013, I guess, while they were dating. He had put a profile up. You know, all the SDB or whatever those things stand for. BDSM, all that bullshit. So he had put up a profile for her then, and she found out. And she's like, what are you doing? I don't want you to share any of these photos with anybody. Mm-hmm. And that was fine, whatever. 2 years later, they get married. A year later, they get separated, and all of a sudden he just starts trying to get the woman raped. He's a psycho.
But he'd already done it before she married him.
Women are too nice with their vaginas.
They are. They're too generous with their pussies.
I think she probably didn't want him to kill. He's probably one of these pussies like, I'm going to kill myself. You need me. He sounds like one of those people.
He vowed to delete the images, but broke that promise.
Yeah. It's so
he broke the shit out of that promise.
Yeah,
that was above and beyond breaking a promise.
It's a little psycho. I think he's probably a cuck that wants to see her get raped, or I don't know. It's really evil, actually, but he's
totally
wanting to manipulate
evil.
her, and it's just crazy. I don't know.
It's like the highest echelons of revenge porn.
Speaking of which, women are searching for violent porn.
They are?
Absolutely they are. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
A quarter of straight porn searches by women are for videos featuring violence against their own sex. 5% of searches by women are for content portraying non-consensual sex. Where are they finding this? These fucking bitches are crafty. I have not seen videos of people being raped. Am I not looking at the right fucking...
I don't think it's probably exactly
it's
rape.
Portraying.
It's yeah, but like, no,
I don't
want to right now. Oh my God,
that's
stop
dating.
it. Yeah.
That sounds like dating.
Yeah, that's pretty common,
Everybody
though.
likes it.
Well, okay, so while men still search for significantly more porn than women, search rates for these more extreme types of sexual content are at least twice as common among women than men.
Does that just go back to the good old days when, cavemen used to beat us over the head with a rock and rape us? Is is there something in our DNA that we want? Like, I don't necessarily have rape fantasies, but I do. A lot of my girlfriends talk about it jokingly. Like, oh yeah, I do have a rape. I'm like, are you serious? Well, I don't want it to actually happen, but I do have a fantasy of it. So it's very common, I guess. I mean, I look up really weird stuff, but I won't tell you guys that. It is common. I mean, I have friends that talk about it all the time.
Sick. Who are these girls? Give me their numbers.
I can fulfill those fantasies, baby.
I'll tell you off air.
I'll make these fantasies a reality.
I go to Gold's Gym and I see a lot of women in there. And I go to the one where I live, right? So it's like the Mecca. And there's women in there that legit scare the fuck out of me. They look like men. Their backs are huge, but then they have fake tits and like lip injections and Botox.
They talk like this.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, baby, you want to fuck me?
Exactly. And I'm just kind of confused. You look like a man because you're getting the man muscles, but you're trying to be feminine. Do they have rape fantasy? Like, do you think they would look up? What kind of porn are they looking up? Like,
Yeah,
they
they're
fantasize
watching
about doing the rape.
Yeah, but they're watching the same one. They're just looking at
like,
from
what do they
the other
get-
perspective.
what do they get off of, like, being chivalrous as a woman, like opening doors for guys and like picking them up, getting them flowers? Like, what is their fantasies?
I think it's hilarious that people come here for vacation. You come to this hellish nightmare. You ever seen the movie Falling Down? That's the best representation of LA I've ever seen in a movie.
I have not seen it, but I see the families that come on Sunset Strip, and like, there's got to be a prettier, like, why don't you pick a nice beach somewhere?
They don't know before they come to Hollywood
They
that
ex-
Hollywood is not where the stars all live.
Yeah, at all.
It's just
There's
where
a
they
lot-
fuck kids.
There's a lot of right.
Then they commute home.
No, they do that at home.
They do it anywhere. They do it on the go, probably.
But that's what I assume. I assume it's when the tourists are like that. They just don't know that Hollywood is not.
It's disgusting.
It's composed of a range of experiences.
Yes.
Hey, have you ever seen gutter punks, kids? Come to Hollywood. That's where
Yeah.
they live, right on the fucking street. They panhandle you in the most unfriendly way imaginable on Hollywood Boulevard.
It's like you owe it to them.
But
You know?
where else in the world can you put your hands into the handprint of a huge star and get hepatitis? From
All the
doing that?
needles and shit. Oh gosh, Venice has that problem too. I mean, with I always see like needles down the alleyway where I walk. I'm like constantly worried my dog's gonna step
Oh,
on
yeah.
it, you know, or something, or I'm gonna step on it.
Flip flops.
I see people smoking meth and heroin all the time.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, people go there all the time with their families. A lot of Europeans go there. Like, this
Sacre
is a
bleu.
shitty fucking beach, man. Go somewhere else. It's filthy over here. Go down to Malibu or go to Santa Barbara. What are you doing in fucking Venice?
Yeah, Santa Barbara
I want to
rules.
take a picture by Muscle Beach. Come on, yeah, let's see the guys working out. It's so bizarre. It's really weird.
I consider this guy a troll. The Indiana man who sent a woman a $40 invoice for a dinner date after she didn't text back to him. He just sent her
man.
an invoice and was like, you ate this and drank this, and this guy's like $40.
That's petty. I love that though. You're like, fuck you, bitch. That wasn't a free meal. You're supposed to fuck me. Why aren't you giving with your vagina like all your other sisters out here in the world? Just
Spending
giving up
$40 to hear about what happened to you at work today. Fuck you.
$40. I mean, she
$40. That's not, you know.
It's pretty. Drink $40 and
Oh yeah,
20
by
minute
having
period.
you could do that having a couple drinks at some
Yeah.
place.
Go
I
to
would
one of
say.
those- go to one of
hopefully
those
she's not an
Hollywood
alcoholic
Yeah.
like me, because they're like, Jesus Christ, this bitch is.
I know. you got to try and find chicks who are lightweights.
Yeah, totally.
Because that shit'll cost you.
It'll cost you a
start
lot of
throwing
money.
down money for
Yeah.
drinks, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I did that one time. It like stepped up my game. Like I bought her a drink, and she wanted another one. Like immediately, I was like, oh shit, I better get on the same page.
Right.
Can't be like hanging out with
Yeah.
not matching her.
I quit drinking for like 30 days, and one Saturday, I didn't know. I took 2 shots and I was hammer timed, fucking hammer timed right away. And I was like, I miss this. This is so nice. Like I can immediately just catch a buzz, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a problem when you're a bartender and everybody wants to do shots with you. It's not a problem. It's fun. It becomes a problem when you actually become an alcoholic, which
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, this guy sending the invoice did not cause the chick to say, you know what, that was pretty good. Let's fuck.
She should have. He has a
She
lot of
should have.
good.
Did she
he has a lot of
respond to
gumption.
that or?
No, she posted it on fucking Facebook
Well,
or Instagram.
yeah, and she told him to
Lol.
kindly bleep off. I didn't want to. It's fuck off, but I was trying to be
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Thank
I
you.
don't want to. I didn't know if their kids were listening still.
Yeah, we just bleep the N word. We don't bleep the F word here.
I don't believe that word.
I add it to songs.
I
I
need
don't
it-
even have
I
it.
need it yelled
I got my
at
own
me.
mixes.
You yelled at me.
You should hear some of that Leonard Skinner though. It gets a little ridiculous. I get a little liberal. Yeah, bummer for that guy. It
was
does
being
suck,
funny.
but what are you
That's
gonna do?
hilarious
Yeah,
to me.
but I mean, it's not a bad. It's pretty funny.
What was he doing taking
Plus,
her on a date?
You don't have. I feel like you don't have anything to lose at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
know what I
already
mean?
not gonna fuck you, so you may as
Right.
well have a laugh.
Yeah. She's
And
she's
who
ghosted
knows
him.
what could happen? I've done that before too, where a chick
Yeah.
was like, I don't think that we should, go out again. Blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I've changed your mind. Here's my number. And then like a week later, they're like, I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, It's just like I was thinking about that earlier about haggling. You gotta be willing to walk away. If you're
Yeah.
in like a third world
Know when to
country.
fold 'em.
That's
Yeah.
right, exactly. fold them in half.
But also, don't be a dick and end it. You know what I mean? Like a
No,
lot of guys
yeah.
get so mad. They're like,
Well, that's
like
exactly
that
what I'm
dude.
saying.
Yeah.
Well, his was funny though, but
Yeah.
that's the only problem with it. If it's funny, you don't know how it's gonna land.
$40. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
She's a pretty cheap date.
I have to tell you, like, anytime I've ever taken a girl out on a date, I definitely have not fucked her. But if there were times where I was like, yeah, if you bring a bottle of wine, we'll drink it at my house. That's what I'm trying to say, man. They're way too generous with their pussies. I think they should be even stingier, honestly.
You and my mom agree on something.
I agree with your mom about a lot of things. She and I have a lot in common.
By the way, my mom heard me on Thr33's podcast.
Oh yeah.
And my little brother had been watching it, and she was like, you know what? She's like, I don't want you to call me. Because I told her I was going to call her while we were on air to ask her certain questions, on this podcast and the other one. And she's like, I saw you reaching around to go get alcohol during that. And I was like, that's the worst thing you saw?
Wow.
Or I was like, they started talking about sports, and there was a bottle of tequila. I wanted to have a sip, She got so upset. It was just really funny to me. She's like, don't even call me for nothing.
There's no way she listens to this then.
No, I've told her to not listen. Mm-hmm. But she's like, oh, you said it wasn't bad, but.
Oh, yeah. But the appearance of the liquor.
She's so worried about what people in Albania are seeing. Like, she
The
doesn't
Muslim community
understand.
frowns on
She doesn't
liquor.
understand the internet, which is a good thing and also a bad thing,
Yeah,
But,
I mean, when are they even going to... It's still probably going to be like 3 more years till Albania gets the internet. And then...
that's all those people have. Don't take that
no
away
shit.
from them. That's all they do all day.
Dude, if I was there, I would be like trying to become a fucking mad, I don't know, programmer or something, and be like, I gotta get a job.
They do.
This shit.
They all leave. They all go other places in Europe, or they come to the United States. That's it.
Go ahead and go to the other places in Europe.
Don't come to the
full.
United States.
We're all full up. No room for you. I'm talking to anyone that wants to come here. Just forget it. It's over. It's like showing up to a party about 20 minutes before it's going to end. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? All the liquor's gone. There's just one fat girl passed out. And someone's already fucking her face.
Yeah.
Actually, 3 people are. You can't even get anywhere near a hole.
She's so giving.
That's what I say to
She's
these
so
people
giving.
that are coming to the USA now. What the fuck, dude? The lights are on, dude. They turned on the really bad music to get us to fucking leave. There's nothing left.
Still way better than anywhere else that they live. That's why they want to come here.
Yeah, I definitely am not trying to sneak into Albania anytime soon. I'll just stay here in America where everything rules.
Albania is fun.
Whatever.
It's beautiful.
Take your word for it.
Yeah.
I'll never know.
Yeah. I've been there in like 10 years.
There's nowhere I want to go outside of USA. I definitely don't want to go to Canada. I don't want to go to England at all. Like, what's that? I might go to Poland, chill out there for a while, because they're very anti-Muslim immigration. They're not going to let World War II happen again. They're like,
never
we're
again.
going to try to stay out of this skirmish and keep the fuckers out of here.
World War II, but they're discriminating against a religion. Wasn't that what happened during World War II? They're discriminating against the Jews.
Amen.
So they're double pieces of shit. They're
the
flat-headed pieces of shit.
No. Hey, you can't. The Polish were taken over by the Germans. You can't blame them for what happened. They had no choice in the matter.
For not manning up.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
now they're like, we're going to
they
fight
had all
our
those-
borders to make sure this shit doesn't happen again.
They had all those submarines with the screen doors and all those rockets prepared to go to the sun, and they couldn't.
In Poland?
Yeah.
Is this like a joke about Polish people?
You
Did
know,
you guys
those
ever have one of
fucking
those
old
books
Polish
when you were a
jokes.
kid? Yeah, we had a book in our house of Polak jokes. My
Why
mom
is that?
was
Why
of Polish
would they
descent. I
make
think
fun
it's
of
okay.
Polish people so much that
Because
they're
they're
dumb?
fucking stupid. I don't think they look pretty stupid now, do they?
Everyone makes fun of some immigrant classes being
Yeah.
idiots for some amount of time.
But
because
they're
for some
usually like
amount
the
of time they
nicest people
are.
ever.
Of
The Polish
course.
people, always.
The Mormons are the nicest too, and I think they're retards to be believing that shit. If a retard was always like, I don't know, genteel or something. Like,
Ain't no genteel retards. I think it's funny that usually the job they give to retards is to be like a janitor or someone who cleans up. They're making all the fucking messes. They're retarded.
oh, yeah. The gospel
killer.
is the first chain letter. Send this around to.
It's true. They couldn't
if
write it
one
down
knew.
because everyone was retarded. So they had to memorize it. They were like super retards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too stupid to read and write, but they could memorize shit real.
Well, that's
talk through
good. That's a
thousands
great
of
skill.
pages of books.
I don't memorize anything anymore because I don't have to. I could just write it down on my phone and forget about it pretty much and learn about new things.
I like to memorize the look in the eyes of my victims as they expire. And I chomp down on some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
You just like to see the disappointment in their eyes
while I'm killing them. They're like, oh, is that all there is?
Mm-hmm.
Fudge. That's the way it's going to be, dude. Dying is going to be such a letdown. You're like, oh, I fretted over that all my life. The specter of death hanging over me. And then it was like, oh, go to the place and they take blood or something. And they're like, it's just going to hurt for a second. But they distract you and they don't tell you when they're going to do it. Mm-hmm. That's what death is. You get all worked up and then you're like, oh, it's over. No big deal. Here I am with my loved ones.
Depends the way you
burning
die,
in hell.
I think. I think if it's like torture and like you know you're going to get killed, that's like the worst way possible. Like fire.
You die talking to a white girl in an elevator or something. Torture.
Yeah, just nonstop, you know. Mm-hmm. But if you don't see it coming, if you're in your sleep, that's probably ideal.
No way. I want to see it coming.
Really?
It'd be awesome. I'm telling you, when
like
it's
a big bus.
If it's
see it coming.
If it's some Final Destination shit, I'm telling you, the last second I'll be like, oh hell yeah! It's gonna be so funny when people post these videos on their Facebook and get banned for 30 days. It's shit like that. Like I did that. Your laugh at work, I got you get banned from Facebook. But hell yeah, dude, I think about that all the time. You ever been driving on the freeway and then there's a big truck in front of you, but they have like a bunch of they look like, I don't know, big sticks, and the sticks might not be secure to the fucking truck, and it might fly into your windshield. The last few seconds before it hit you, you'd be like...
Oh, so you're behind a landscaper?
Or whatever.
With nothing strapped down?
Oh, hell yeah. There's like a lawnmower, riding lawnmower hanging on
fucking
the back
ladder,
of the top of it.
Nothing's tied down.
Ladders fly off on the interstate
all the time.
A lot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You're driving, and at first you're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to fucking die in a ladder accident. But right before it hits the windshield, you're like, oh, hell yeah, I'm about to flip and shit. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun as fuck.
I'm always like, can we get away from this death trap that's in front of us? Like anytime I'm in an Uber, I'm just like, why are you riding next to them? Like nothing is, nothing is there.
Like caution to the wind. I dare you to ride your brakes, motherfucker.
Throwing caution and mattresses to the wind.
Throwing ladders to the wind.
My favorite move is the hand on top of the mattress, as though if that thing goes
really
loose,
gonna help.
your one arm, the strength of you performing
Totally.
a curl with your like one bicep is just gonna hold that thing secure.
Ridiculous. That's crazy.
See that shit all the time, dude.
Especially in LA.
When they drop the ladder, do you go back and get it? I'd be like, fuck it.
Those ladders are expensive.
Yeah, I think they even notice.
Do you know that fucking the door guys here would always like forget the ladders, leave the ladders out?
Oh.
Those things are like $500. They like forget them.
Gravy.
They get stolen.
All the time. They steal them all the fucking time. Like immediately. How do you guys keep forgetting this shit? They just leave it out. They completely forget about it and they don't put it back in. Gone. I think in a month we went through like 3 different ladders.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, somebody needs to be fired. Like that's that's like me leaving the bar open. Are you retarded? Like the fuck?
That's $1,500 if what you say about ladders is true.
Dude, they're expensive. I had no idea.
No, they're totally expensive.
They're really expensive, especially the ones that we use here, the utility ones, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember being a kid and actually just climbing up a ladder was really exciting? Like maybe your dad would let you climb up the ladder to get something out of the gutter or some shit.
Yeah.
That shit was so exciting. To climb up a ladder. Remember the joy?
I had a job when I was in college where we had to hang rugs like in a department store, you know, those big things, kind of like those old posters if you go into like Spencer Gifts, but with rugs.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was fucking dangerous as hell. You'd get there, you'd put a giant rug, like something like 12-foot rug, you know, you're holding one and the other dude's holding the other, and then you just got to go up the ladders, like no armed it.
Yeah,
and
that's
then hang
crazy.
These things, oh man, that was incredibly dangerous.
Well, even here, like when they're putting the different stuff on the marquee,
go up there.
I don't know, and they have to go up and down and get the letters right, you know. Mm-hmm. You drink too much one night and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta go back up there.
Hey, what about that train carrying 10 million pounds of human feces has been stranded in Alabama town for months and that nobody noticed? No.
They can't stop fucking their sisters for 1 second to clean up the shit in their town.
You clean that outhouse, bitch. It's stinky.
Dude, 10 million pounds of shit stranded in a rural Alabama rail yard.
Gross.
There's 982 residents in the small town.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. They're like, this is a perfect place to leave it, huh?
They can't move it.
Where's the destination supposed to be for it?
Yeah, where do you move shit? Millions of pounds of shit. Why are we keeping this?
It's from waste management facilities in New York and New Jersey.
Oh, the worst, smelliest shit.
They
toxic, stressed out.
New York City. We're like New York City. What's going on, guys?
Well, Big Sky Environmental, a private landfill in Adamsville, Alabama. That's where it's supposed to go.
Why is it going to Alabama?
But I guess it's a waste management place
because they deal with all the shit.
It's a private landfill. That's how you make money. You own a big.
They put it on their crops and then they grow food with it.
Well, I don't know, but in the neighboring town of West Jefferson, they filed an injunction against that company. So I don't know.
Sounds like they're in waste mismanagement. Waste management. That means they're like Tony Soprano or something.
I mean, this shit is sealed too, and it's just still like coming out nasty. Wait till the summertime, man. That's gonna be.
That's what they were saying.
Hot,
they were freaking out because it's not. Oh, dude.
That's a disaster.
Though I spent a night in a town when I was driving across country going to Virginia, and but this was in like Arizona somewhere. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the town. But the hotel that we stayed in was right across the way from a slaughterhouse.
Oh, that smells like.
And it was horrific when I first stepped out of the car. Oh my God, I'd never smelled anything like that before. Literally, by the time I left the next day, I didn't even notice it.
That's hilarious.
That's how fast you just like acclimate to some terrible, disgusting odor, and it's like it's not even there anymore.
Yeah,
it just releases all that methane into the ozone layer. I mean, I know you guys don't believe in climate change, but
I don't think I do. I think it's all bullshit.
I believe in it. I'm
Thinking
for
about-
it.
sick of this cold weather.
On.
What if recycling was just a big scam so they could just keep reusing the same shit and not have to make new shit? And just make they're just a money scam.
Everything. There's a money scam in everything.
Yeah.
There's at least always an incentive somewhere in that money to make someone do it.
Yo, before we make like an astronaut and blast off into the night sky, I want to give a shout out to single moms everywhere. Thank you for destroying society with your selfish, stupid choices. My son Caleb is my king. Yes, one day he'll be king of the junkies that live on the block and cook meth in their RVs. If you loved Caleb so much, you'd give him a fucking father and get the fuck off Tinder, you whore. God. Kayla's my king. How dare you?
Actually, that's why I get kicked off of Bumble, if you want to know the truth. I got kicked off of Bumble because I had some offensive stuff in my bio. And then when some woman called me on it, when some woman called me on it, in her bio it said her son was the most important thing in the world. So I wrote back, if your son was the most important thing in the world, you would have a father for him.
That's why she's on Tinder. She's trying to find a baby daddy.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Dude, has
All
anybody
dykes on Bumble? Excuse me, not Tinder. Bumble.
Has anybody used the term for like, you know, when the someone goes to virtue signal on fucking Facebook and they say some shit like, you know, I just think that maybe we shouldn't kill black people or whatever, and it gets like 1 million likes. When the person tries to trump that one, you know, with like extra virtue signal in the comments, has anyone referred to this? I'm just asking because I feel it's right there to refer to that as a cuck fight.
Oh.
Has anybody come up with that?
Nope.
No, that's
It's
pretty
in.
good.
Tell all the people.
Well, you heard it here.
Yep.
Cuck
tell
fighting.
all the people.
Cuck fighting is in.
That's pretty great. I shared something with Webb the other day that I found that annoyed the fuck out of me, which was some flyer for some fucking dumbass shit at the UCB, at the, what's it called? The United Citizens Brigade, Upright Citizens Brigade. I don't know. I haven't been there in years. I haven't been laughed off their stage in years. But the flyer was something like, you know, free donut. I'm not kidding when I say this, by the way. It's like free donuts for people of color or some bullshit like that. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
And then this guy pops in and he's like, well, I am a white Midwestern man, so I will have to forego the donuts. And you should share those with people that are less white. Some bullshit like that. It's like, no likes. In fact, there lots of girls commented on this thing, and not one of them commented on his shit or liked it, because why the fuck would they? Oh, cool, a mealy-mouthed toad. Just denied a donut for himself.
Stupid.
Now, here's what I think about. This is what I think the women would like. A guy who jumps up there and says, I don't give a fuck what color it is. I'm getting as many goddamn donuts as I fucking want, because I'm just going to go up there and take them. Every girl would be liking the shit out of that. Like, this is a real man. He's getting all the fucking donuts.
And she's going to get a donut, too,
Yeah,
if she gives
she's
up
gonna
that
get-
puss.
Fuck yeah, she'll get some donuts.
Extra donuts.
You guys will be making donuts
The
later
cream
on.
pie
shit.
donuts.
Making donuts, filling them up with your jelly.
Gross.
We're disgusting.
Glazed.
All right.
All right.
Place those donuts.
I love old-fashioned donuts.
I like all donuts.
I like old-fashioned women. You know what I mean? Hey, ladies, if there's anyone out there who hasn't fucked 200 guys off of Tinder, why don't you give me a holler? You know, maybe 150.
Yeah.
That's be a little more old-fashioned, would you? I'm ranting about Tinder as if back in the 50s they weren't fucking in the back of the drive-in or whatever, being whores.
They're probably worse.
I know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
People
lot
just
more
didn't
fun,
know.
too.
Yeah.
it was in the- it
Everyone
was
thought
hidden. It
they
was in
were the
shadows.
whore, like their self, some hidden whore.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, everyone in town is just whoring it up. and just
Actually,
trying to
that's a
keep
great
it
point about
fucking
women.
secret.
Women think they're the secret freak in their whatever group. What I'm telling you, the second you put your hands around their throat, they get this really curious smile on their face, like, "Oh hell yeah, he's doing it." But then they also have to act like they don't like this. Like this is some weird. Whoa. Later they're like, "Whoa, no one's ever done that to me before, but I think I liked it." Oh sure, you're the only girl that liked it.
You're supposed to say that.
Yeah.
It's okay to like it, girls. And if you don't like it, tough shit. I'm doing it anyway.